You upload a function, never touch a server, and it scales from 0 to 10,000 requests on its own. There are absolutely still servers underneath, and the way they appear and vanish in milliseconds is a genuine feat of engineering. Running a normal server means paying for it 24/7, even at 3 a.m. with zero traffic, and manually adding more machines when you go viral. You also patch the operating system, manage capacity, and eat the cost of idle hardware. For spiky or unpredictable workloads, that is wasteful and slow to scale. Serverless, often called functions as a service, flips the model. You give the cloud just your code and a trigger. The provider runs it only when an event arrives, charges you per millisecond of execution, and scales to 0 when idle, so you pay nothing between requests. The servers exist, you simply never manage them. Your code and its dependencies are packaged and stored, ready to be pulled on demand rather than left running. When a trigger fires, like an HTTP request or a queue message, the platform needs an isolated place to run your code, which is where cold versus warm matters. On a cold start, AWS Lambda boots a Firecracker micro VM, a stripped-down virtual machine purpose-built to start in around 125 milliseconds with strong isolation between customers. The platform loads your package into that micro VM and starts your language runtime, and heavy runtimes like the JVM or .NET add noticeable startup time here, while Go and Rust start in tens of milliseconds. Your initialization code runs once, such as opening a database connection, before the handler executes the actual request. After responding, the environment is kept warm for a while, so the next request skips all the setup and runs immediately, which is why most requests are fast. To handle a traffic spike, the platform simply spins up many micro VMs in parallel, each handling one request at a time, which is how it scales horizontally and automatically. When traffic drops, idle environments are reclaimed, returning you to zero cost and zero running compute. AWS Lambda runs on Firecracker, which AWS open-sourced. It can launch thousands of these micro VMs per second per host, packing many isolated functions densely while keeping customers separated. Companies use this to handle bursty workloads, like a retailer absorbing a flash sale spike, paying only for the milliseconds actually consumed instead of provisioning peak capacity year-round. The first myth is the name. Serverless does not mean no servers. It means no servers you manage. The second is that cold starts hit every call. They only hit when no warm environment exists, which is a minority of requests under steady traffic. The third is assuming serverless is always cheaper. At very high, constant volume, a dedicated server can cost far less than per millisecond billing, so it is a workload decision, not a universal win. Serverless is real servers, summoned on demand as fast-booting micro VMs, billed by the millisecond, scaled automatically, and dropped to 0 when idle. The trade-off is cold start latency and per-call pricing. Subscribe to TechWithJoel for the truth behind the buzzwords. Is serverless right for your workload, or would a plain server win? Argue it out below. Subscribe to TechWithJoel.